Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with Firas Zahabi, and you are training Miguel Torres for his fight against Demetrious Johnson. What challenges do you see with Demetrious? Because he is much smaller, but that could be an advantage.
It could be, you know, usually when you have you're a little shorter, you're closer to the legs, so it helps with the double leg takedowns. And he's very explosive, very good footwork, very good change in direction. You know, he likes to zigzag out in front of you. And Miguel, I think Miguel's got the tools to deal with that, and he's got a good game plan to deal with that.
Well, we were just talking a minute ago with Miguel, and we talked about the fight with Banuelos and how the crowd sort of didn't appreciate the fact that it wasn't engaging enough, and how he maybe will approach it differently, but that it actually takes the other guy to come forward and bring the fight. And I know Mighty Mouse is going to do that. Yeah,
I don't think Demetrious Johnson is going to sit back and let the cards you know, build up on Miguel's side. I found Banuelos a little bit tentative. You know, he didn't want to change his game plan because you know he was losing the fight. You know, and you have to change your game plan at that point. And I think I'm 100% confident that Demetrious Johnson won't do the same thing, because you could see it in his fights. You know, he's got so many dynamic tools. He's got very good combinations on his feet, and he's got an explosive double leg. And if one doesn't work, I'm sure he'll revert to the other immediately.
Now, Miguel's a former champ. What do you think it's going to take for him to get back in that position?
Right now, I'm not really focused on that. You know, I don't give that too much thought. I just really want to focus on one fight at a time, and let the UFC decide when he gets a title shot. You know, and hopefully he'll have a great performance, and that'll work out on its own.
But do you see marked improvement in him?
Absolutely, yeah. I see ongoing improvement. You know, I don't think he's reached his full potential. I think there's still a lot to go with him.
I'm sure a lot of people right now are asking you about GSP and Diaz. Is that a fight you want to see?
I think it's a great fight because it's two champions. You know, there's nothing better than seeing two guys with titles fight each other. It's the best of the best at work, and I think it's something that'll happen down the line.
I know in Toronto afterwards, Georges was, you know, injured obviously a little bit in the eye, but we didn't get to talk to him at the press conference. He didn't get to show up there. So how was he feeling, you know, in the hours right after that fight?
He was injured. No, his eye was really bad. I was there when they did the eye test right after the event, and it wasn't good. His eye was really bad. He had no depth perception, and it affected his fight immensely, I think.
But I mean, how did he feel about his performance in the fight, and was that the fight that he wanted to bring to the fans?
No, he wanted to knock out Jake Shields or get a submission. You know, everybody wants to get a submission. Everybody wants to get a knockout. So he was disappointed when it didn't happen, but at the same time, you know, I just tried to remind him, you know, you have to be grateful. Your eyes is there. That's the most important thing, and we're gonna have another fight, and we're going to get ready for that, and he'll get to perform and, you know, again showcase his skills. It's disappointing, but you know, you got to look on the bright side too.
Well, and it's interesting with Nick Diaz because he's effective as a puncher, even though it's weird. It's like he telegraphs them. You see them coming, and they land, and he just beats on people.
He's got a good punching style. He's a very effective puncher, and George is gonna have to emphasize on the boxing to neutralize that, because he's got a long reach and he knows how to use it.
But that is a fight that you guys on the team definitely want?
You know, if you ask George that question, he'll tell you he'll fight whoever's the best, and I think Nick Diaz right now is #1.
Yeah, it's interesting because John Fitch obviously wants that fight, but you smile a little bit. You see Nick Diaz as a tougher fight than Fitch?
I like Diaz first because it's a fight that hasn't happened before, and I think Fitch does deserve a fight. He's an incredible fighter, you know, but at the same time, I think that, I don't know, it's whatever the UFC wants or what the fans want. You know, for me, my job is to just get George ready, and that's what I focus on. And I think the guy with the title should be the first guy in line, in my opinion. But again, there's always politics, and there's always contracts, and there's always deals behind it, you know, change things. But I think the guy with the title should go first.
Now, I know George has a few round 5 dolls. Do you think you'll get one made of yourself? The action figure, I mean, you're due. I mean, you train so many good guys. Don't you think you're due?
Nah, I don't know. I'll let them decide that. I don't know.
So who's next for you out of your stable? Who's got the next fight?
We have Chris Carriasso also fighting on this card. And then we have Kenny Florian. Kenny Florian's fighting in Vancouver.
And Ken Flo's looking good. How's the new weight going? He kind of jokes online in his Twitter with the Ken Flo diet tips. But I mean, I know he's very dedicated to getting to that weight. But how do you think that's going to go for him? How do you think his size and his ability will do at that weight?
Well, he's working with George Lockhart, and a few of my guys work with him, and he's doing a phenomenal job. Really impressive. I'm very impressed. A lot of new things being brought to the table. So for me, I'm just sitting back and observing, because I really trust he's a master at work, and I just want to learn from him. And Kenny's on schedule. He's where Lockhart said he would be. And even though I'm surprised that he got this far so quick, so easily, you know. No, I don't want to say so easily. I'm sure it was harder than it looks, but he got there. He got him there. He's still not finished. The job is not done yet, though.
He could always cut his hair a little bit.
Yeah, that could help.
All right, well, Firas, thanks so much, and best of luck to you on Saturday night.
Thanks.